against JackO, also a really good player. Introductions, take it away, Wyman.
Alright, so we're in the bottom right. We have our green Protoss from, I'm not sure what the team is, I think it's something like Thermal Take, it's JackO. And
Yep,
at top left from team Mouse Control. Recent transfer actually, it's a Blue Terran PoYo.
yep, and this is one of those matches where most of the people will have a clear favorite, as in PoYo, because I know a lot about him. But same goes between Dougie and Grubby. It's not a walkover by any means, because
Yeah.
JackO is extremely, extremely talented as well. So that's the games I like to see, because you've got the players that really like PoYo, and you've got the players rooting for the underdog, and
Yeah, I was
that's
gonna say,
always exciting.
it's a bit of an underdog position for him, so to speak. So I'm kind of curious to see what PoYo's strategy is going to be. I know he like to play mech in TVT a lot, but would mostly just, and in TVZ as well. But in against Protoss would mostly just stick to bio. But perhaps he's gonna try to figure out if it's still the same in Heart of the Swarm. Maybe he'll go for something like a nice mech composition against Protoss as well.
Yep, and we do see the barracks and the gateway first, very safe built by both of these guys, very standard in Heart of the Swarm. And the probe, of course, gonna scout it out. You see, scouts against Terran are very common these days. Even Zergs opting to scout to see if there's those pesky Reapers coming out early on. Um, yeah, and I mean, JackO going into this game must have prepared a build on this map, because the first map, you know which map you're gonna play on because they give you the map. And I'm really excited to see what it is actually. We do see a Python on a little bit of an awkward position.
Yeah.
Gas taken on the regular time, no double gas from him or any kind of thing like that. And we also have a gas coming down for PoYo. Let's see what he does with that as well.
Yeah, I'm not too sure of the timing. I think it was just a 15 gas, which is quite standard. Walling in, or should I say, trapping this probe, forcing it to stay up to date on what this Terran is doing. So yeah, like you mentioned, no double gas hit yet for JackO, so I would expect a very standard expansion from him, rather than aggressive Oracle play like we see some of the better Protoss players do these days at pretty much any level, really.
Yeah, of course. When Grubby does a build on his stream, it's guaranteed to be done at least 27,000 times on the ladder when you're playing against the Protoss, because people always want to play like their favorite player. They get inspired by their favorite player, and I like that though. I mean, that's something that really keeps the scene going. You have your favorite players, you watch their stream, you're like, oh, I wish I could do that. You're gonna try it out, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But I mean, Stefano made a build. It involved some roaches. I think I saw that once or twice.
Could have been, yeah. I think it was pretty popular for a while, so to speak. So JackO finally got his stalker out and is not yet gonna catch this SCV. He might chase it for a while, but I'm not sure if he really intends to. So PoYo got, oh, there he goes. So PoYo got a really good scout off. He saw the second gas, which was not as fast as you would normally see. If you check the amount of gas mined, you would see that he should not really be too afraid of any Stargate play. At most, well, we actually have a probe at the natural, so he is going to be expanding, and he's only put 2 probes in each of these simulators, so nothing too special. This is actually quite standard. Oh, bit of aggression actually. With
Yep, JackO being really annoying, gonna delay that command center quite significantly. Also, Zella's gonna tank a little bit of this damage. Good control by both players so far, but
Yeah.
JackO messing up slightly there. Gonna take a lot of damage on the Stalker, but does manage to pick off 2 Marines already. And like I said, that command center is being delayed, and now we've got one SCV looking at the building. He's looking if it's okay. It looks okay. He's gonna run away from the Stalker fire and check up, but not actually start constructing it. There we go. Finally good to go. And this Stalker is going to take out the last of the Marines, and JackO is going to get in a really good position early on. Does lose one Stalker though.
Yeah, I'm really surprised not to see a bunker here from PoYo, which is more than standard. Maybe he kind of underestimated his opponent. However, he's not choosing to engage these Marines, which I find interesting, because I think with good micro, he could actually take him on quite well. Yeah, there he goes. He wants to. Oh, I'm not sure how this is going to end though for the Stalker. PoYo trying to chase it. Is he going to get it? No, just barely gets away. So PoYo does manage to take a turn around that situation, but I think a bunker might have been worth the investment.
Yep, now we do have a robotic facility coming up. Expansion just finished up behind the aggression. It's something that Artosis would be proud of to expand behind the aggression. Now we do see some medevacs coming out, some widow mines coming out. We might see some sort of widow mine drop. But right now
Yes.
he's going to use it defensively because he has taken a lot of damage. The expansion finally coming up for the Terran as well, and things seem to be going a little bit more normal. But we do have a mothership core moving across
Yeah.
the map, and it has the ability to spawn a big bubble of jelly on the SCVs. Let's see if it does that. It is, however, going to get some scouting information first.
Very interesting move to send the mothership core in at this time. I mean, it's too late to do any damage because, as you can see, there is, of course, a bunch of Marines. PoYo now going to pick up 2 of these Widow Mines. He's actually just going to move with his entire squad across the map, very interestingly.
Yep, he's just going to pick his whole army up and move it across the map right now. The Protoss has no clear indication of this. He doesn't have anything in the middle of the map, so he will not know
Oh,
what's going
wow.
on. He's also sending an empty medevac. What I would like to see here, I'm going to tell you it, and it's going to be crazy. I would like to see him move in to the main base with an empty medevac, then push the front. Don't think he's going to do that though, but that would be amazing. We have the units in position and still nothing signaling any alert for the Protoss right here.
I love the aggression from PoYo here. He killed 2 stalkers. No, was it 1 or 2 stalkers? He killed a zealot and at least 1 stalker, knowing that he knew that JackO's early defense would be somewhat lackluster, and he's now actively and kind of obviously trying to bait these zealots and stalkers into his Widow Mines. Meanwhile, going for this medevac drop in the back of the main. How much damage is he actually going to do? Zealot gets taken out by the Widow Mine, which falls consecutively in itself while the Widow Mine and the Marines get dropped, but they have to face a turret all on their own.
Yep, they're gonna have to defend everything that's going on right here, and some good pickups from PoYo. I don't know if in the end it was worth it though, because he only killed the cannon in the main base.
Yeah.
We will get 3 Marines, not the safety, but trying to pick off a few extra probes. I think it's not a bad trade from PoYo by any means, and he is being aggressive, and he still has that 1 Widow Mine in the main base, and that might actually get another hit off pretty soon.
Oh yeah, he's actually got his observer in spot, so this Zealot will take it down just before he gets a shot off. So JackO's defense, being perfectly in time. He had Warp Gate just in time to warp in a couple more Zealots and Sentries to be defensive. Of course, the aggression from PoYo has forced out quite a lot of units and somewhat delayed attack of JackO. We're at the 10-minute mark. He hasn't finished +1 yet. He hasn't gotten. Okay, he has gotten a robotic there actually. Sorry about that. But yeah, he's in good economic shape. But I think this next push from PoYo, which will be coming pretty soon, might actually be very dangerous.
Yep, a floating factory across the map is always dangerous. Now we see he's also making a depot wall. There's going to be some Marines, but they don't have Stimpack, they don't have Combat Shield, and they don't have +1, but they will have it shortly. So
Yep.
while they're moving across the map, they will be reinforced with supplies. And there's also a Widow Mine in a good position at the front of the base. I don't think JackO spotted that yet.
Yep.
On the other side, we do have the Mothership Core also in a good position to start making that nexus into the brutal cannon it can be. And the Observer's going to spot all of this.
Yeah, he's gonna spot the Widow Mine, so he might snipe that if he wants. And actually, a drop moves in very quickly from PoYo while the army is sort of out of position. There's still a cannon though in the main, and he does warp in a stalker, but this drop could potentially still be very damaging.
Yep, whilst everyone is dealing with the floating factory, it is going to be a drop, and he does spot it right now. We're going to move back into the main base, going to be there just barely in time, I feel like, and does have a photon overcharge on the main nexus.
Oh, he didn't move the... Where's the Colossus? It's stuck at the natural. Okay. Apparently PoYo didn't think he should have engaged there entirely. I think he was going to go keep fighting. Now stimps into the natural as the Colossus and these Stalkers and Zealots is kind of sitting there. Warping from JackO is in the main, and he's actually going to clear up this drop. But the Nexus is taking significant amount of damage from these Marauders, which are not being microed and just being taken out easily here by JackO.
Don't like this at all from PoYo. He started focus firing the Nexus over the Colossus. He already did some damage to the Colossus. He should have either backed off or started focus firing the units. He was never ever gonna get that Nexus.
Heavy aggression though from PoYo. This is really his style. Get up to base, get up to 5 racks, get him to starport, and just go. You know, start dropping, keep dropping, healing, pressure, everything. And right now we see JackO being literally backed into a corner with his Colossi, defending against drops in the main. However, is PoYo here being too aggressive? No, he's just going to snipe the Nexus straight away.
This time he has a lot more units, and it's a lot better of a decision to snipe that Nexus. And that's going to put JackO in a really tough spot right now. He has the army, but so does PoYo. Supplies are quite even. And yeah, he doesn't have a second Nexus anymore.
Oh.
It's gonna put him in a very deficit right now.
Oh, he sees that his factory has baited out the army of JackO completely, and he's just gonna pick up and head straight into the main.
Yeah, but the
fast is JackO
observer
gonna
does spot
respond?
it just barely right there. One medevac stays behind to watch the other guys fly in and drop all of the units on the ground there. He's gonna lose a lot of pylons, get supply blocked, he can't warp anything in, and there's huge.
Is he gonna fly there though? Oh, he probably shouldn't. He should pick up.
He should pick up, yeah.
Doing an okay job, losing quite a lot of units. However, keep in mind that the economy advantage is now heavily in PoYo's favor, and he's making Vikings. And there's Twilight Council on the way, but there's not that much of a sign yet into transitioning to Colossi. Yeah, getting his Nexus snipe here was a huge mistake by JackO. You have 3 Colossi up, so he could really, I feel, easily defend it at the front. Drop now in the main, sniping one of the Colossi, but apart from that, that's not all of which he's going to be able to accomplish here.
Yep, if JackO didn't lose that Nexus, he wouldn't have been in that bad of a spot. He's got a lot of minerals and gas right now to start macroing up after he gets those pylons back up, because he was significantly supply blocked by PoYo. He's gonna go ahead and scout the third base with the observer as well. He won't like seeing that because he's already behind an economy.
Yeah.
He's gonna be behind another base, and PoYo's being so annoying with these medevacs.
Yeah, check out the amount of energy on the orbitals of PoYo. He's actually that's a lot of mules he can drop at the third right now if he wants to. And well, I guess we were kind of sharing the same brain here.
Yeah.
Focused on all of them, and that's going to give him a huge economy surge. I was actually expecting JackO to sort of go all in once his Nexus got sniped, because he did have 3 Colossi with range and +1/+1. So his army was actually kind of scary against the purely bio ball of PoYo, but his pressure and constant drops really kept him back into a corner. And now PoYo is back with a huge army, takes down the mothership core with no effort, and these Colossi are probably thinking, guys, who's going to defend me against these Vikings?
Yep, the Zealots are going to try and take out these Vikings. Not going to do a good job on that though. The Colossus will be able to do some damage before it gets taken out, but not a lot. There's no speed on the Zealots, and there's just a mere amount of Stalkers. And this is not the composition you want to have against this army. And JackO